Next week, we are getting brand new Warhammer reveals. Warhammer 40,000, Warhammer Horus Heresy, Legion Imperialis, Necromunda. As we always do in this channel, I'm going to do my hopes, my predictions, what I'd love to see, what I think GW are going to show off. Mix it, of course, with a little bit of rumours out there in the rumourverse, the whispers of the warp. So let's jump in and let's get waffling. I'm actually not going to start with Warhammer 40,000. I'm going to leave that till last because there's a lot of funky stuff to talk about with predictions, hopes, rumours and stuff like that with 40k. So let's just start with the Horus Heresy stuff because I do think this is going to introduce now the next stage of the Horus Heresy. And that, of course, is the Adeptus Mechanicum. We had the teaser last time. I put the trailer in the background right now. A lot of people, myself included, weren't happy with that little teaser trailer, but it's more or less going to be that next system being introduced. All the stuff I've been hearing about now with the AdMech is going plastic, like I'm hearing the knights that are AdMech themed in Horus Heresy are going to be getting a plastic version of that. I've been hearing that some of the robots as well are also going to be going plastic, like the automators, whatever they're called. I'm going to put some of the images up in the background right now to hopefully show you what I mean. That kind of stuff I've been hearing is going to be going plastic, so I really do think that they're going to show this off. Now, I haven't heard anything about a box set for the AdMech, but I think they definitely should get a box set. I'm hoping that this reveal show does give us an AdMech box set, and maybe you get some of the stuff that I've mentioned in this box set, because I think that an AdMech box set would sell very, very well. But of course, the main aspect of the Horus Heresy is all about Space Marines, the Legions, Primarchs, you know, fighting with each other. Remember when I did that rumor a couple of months, I think it's like a month back now, where I was hearing about the next Horus Heresy box set? Well, I say the next Horus Heresy box set. One of the next Horus Heresy box sets was going to be Space Marine themed, of course. And in that, apparently there was going to be Mark II plastic. Apparently there's going to be the Saturnine Terminator variant in there as well. Maybe, just maybe, this could be the event now. This could be the place where we get a tease of that, or maybe hints of that. Another mark of armor, another variant of armor, Mark V, Mark II, more plastic stuff for the Space Marine Legions as well. I think a lot of people want more infantry stuff who are currently playing and collecting the Horus Heresy range. So if they introduce another mark of armor, I'm sure a lot of people are going to be very, very excited about that. And talking about excitement, remember that rumor that's out there. And I think if they do this during this reveal, it could be a big one. And that is another Primarch being revealed. Yes, we've more or less got all the Primarch models during the Horus Heresy. Now, I think we have actually got all the Primarch Horus Heresy models, except Khan on a bike, but that's a whole different story. Apparently, Angron is done. We are getting another variant of Angron. Angron, is it transcended, ascended, whatever you want to call it. And he's going to be like in his demonic form. So you've got the 40k version of Angron in his demonic form, and you've got to have like the Horus Heresy version of Angron in his demonic form. And apparently it's massive, it's huge, it's big, just like what we've got with Fulgrim. And Fulgrim, of course, is the 30k version, and we're also getting the 40k version soon in 10th edition. I say soon 10th edition, hopefully sometime next year. So yes, they could be on to an absolute winner during the Horus Heresy reveals. AdMech, maybe some new Space Marine stuff, and maybe ended it with a brand new Primarch being revealed. That would be an absolute slam dunk for me if they did that for the Horus Heresy. And off the back of the Horus Heresy, of course, we have Legion Imperialis, and I'll be the first one to admit, I'm going to hold my hands up and say I absolutely have no idea what is going to be happening with this game. I haven't even been following this game closely. Every time there's a Horus Heresy Thursday and it's dedicated to Legion Imperialis, I just kind of just turn away from it. The game doesn't interest me one bit at all. That's not to say that it's a bad game. I'm not saying that if you collect it, you're a bad person or anything like that. I'm just saying the game doesn't really interest me. Legion Imperialis players, what do you want to see? What do you think that you need for that game? Is it just going to be like more versions of the tanks that are already out? Maybe more Spartan assault tanks, maybe more Kratos variants and stuff like that. Land Raiders, more infantry type groups, more Titans, Flyers. I absolutely don't know. I don't follow the game. So please help me out in the comment section. What does Legion Imperialis need, and what do you think is going to happen with that game? Maybe it's going to be another expansion. Maybe they're going to take it to like a different planet. Maybe they'll add like AdMech in there. or like demons or something like that. Man, I don't know, man, right? More factions added into it rather than just Space Marines and Soul Auxiliary. Who the hell knows? Now, speaking of box sets and reveals, Necromunda is going to be the full-on reveal for Necromunda Secundus. As I was talking about for months ago about this brand new Necromunda Secundus, this is going to be set in a brand new Hive City now. That Hive City has like got some Gene Stealer shenanigans going on about it. Apparently it's going to be Vancy in that box set, going against some Gene Stealer type of grotesque monsters or whatever it is. But the really cool thing about this, which we'll talk about in a second with the Gene Stealer stuff, is that apparently, from what I'm hearing about, is that you're supposed to be getting a lot of Gene Stealer typed units, which, you know, could blend into Gene Stealer armies. And I'm not saying they're going to get rules for 40k, but, you know, Gene Stealer themed stuff, which you could probably slot into your army and play it as such and such and such and such, and just to add a rule of cool, a bit of flavor, a bit of kit bashing to your armies. But Necromunda Secundus, the full box set, is going to be revealed. That is definitely 110% on the cards. If you're a Necromunda player, this is your brand new big box set. And actually, just before we move on to 40k, just to end the Necromunda stuff, I have heard through the Whisperverse, if you do play Necromunda, apparently they want to go back and redesign some of the old gangs and make them more cooler, add a bit more flair to them and stuff like that. So if you collected some of the old stuff and, you know, it's looking, I won't say it's looking a bit worse for wear, but, you know, it needs a bit of spicing up, maybe some new units, maybe some new characters and stuff like that. I am hearing that they are going to go back and do some redesigns and add some more cool stuff to the gangs that they've already put out there. So maybe like new Goliaths, new Vances, or whatever you want to bloody call them and stuff like that. I'm sorry, I don't really follow Necromunda, but more stuff added to the old ranges, not just going forward and adding new stuff. On to the Warhammer 40,000 stuff, because this is where it can get spicy. Now, we know already, I've been talking about in the rumorverse for so long, that the HQ unit apparently for the sisters is going to be a flyer cannoness. Okay, the Gene Stealer one is supposed to be some type of psyche unit that has a bit of a big head or something like that. That's how it's explained to me in the Whisperverse. You are going to be getting boxes that accompany that launch, so you're going to have like a cannoness flyer theme one with more they're called Seraphim and stuff like that in there. The Gene Stealer one, if I'm not mistaken, is going to have like 2 rock grinders in there, and I think it's the brutes, like the big brute guys in there as well and stuff like that. I'll get more information about that, well, hopefully before the reveal show, because I do think the reveal show is going to show that off. We're definitely going to see either the sister or the Gene Stealer stuff, or both of them at the same time, because this is the big launch now before we go into the redacted territory and other stuff happening in summer. So personally for me, I definitely do think we're going to get the sisters and the Gene Stealers, and I think we're going to get a tease then of the next big reveal for Warhammer 40,000. Now, I was always saying it was going to be Agents of the Imperium. Actually, that's a lie. I thought it was going to be Emperor's Children at one point. Then I went on Agents of the Imperium. Then I bounced around and said, no, maybe it is going to be Blood Angels. But no, I'm fully locked in now. It is going to be Agents of the Imperium. Is going to be that redacted codex at the start of summer. We already know it's happening. We've seen the leaks of the Agents of the Codex book from the printers and stuff like that. I did a full video dedicated to that. So we know that codex is going to happen. We just don't know what's going to be in that codex. Of course, they are going to be getting brand new models. Inquisitor Kotias, I've heard, been slung around. He's supposed to be getting a brand new model. I've heard about boxes that are supposed to be happening with that. There's going to be Inquisition boxes themed on the Ordo, Malleus, and Xenos Ordos. And I'm sure there's going to be even more stuff added to it. The big debate at the moment is, of course, a Death Watch going to be rolled into it? Are the Grey Knights going to be rolled into it? I don't see that at this point, though it does make sense for one of those factions to be rolled into it, the Death Watch. I'm not too sure about the Grey Knights. I think they should be their own book, but I can definitely see the Death Watch being rolled into it, because the Death Watch, it just hasn't had a lot of love lately. I love the Death Watch. I think the Death Watch is one of the coolest things about Space Marines, like being sent to a chapter that specializes in actually purging the hell out of Xenos and stuff like that, which is amazing. But for that to be its own codex, I just feel like it's a bit of a waste, and maybe you can slot something else in there instead, which could be a lot more cooler and a lot more beneficial to the actual game itself, where Death Watch probably could work with Agents of the Imperium. Now, Agents of the Imperium aside, and, you know, hopefully we'll get a tease on that, there's still one thing that I want to see. One thing I want, one thing I need, right? My mind's telling me no, but my body's telling me yes, as the song says, right? I need Blood Angels. Blood Angels are apparently happening at the end of summer. I'm hearing August, September. For you sons of Sanguinius, okay? Get the blood. Get your challenges. Challenges. I don't know what they're called. The cups you drink out of, right? A chalice. That's what it's called. That apparently is going to be happening towards the end of summer. We've been speaking about this for ages. Apparently brand new Lamatis, new Ashtaroth, Sanguinary Regard, new Sanguinor, the themed Death Company box set and stuff like that. It's all happening. Well, I believe it anyway. Just because I believe it doesn't mean that you believe it. Of course, rumors are rumors, as I always say. But I really do think to kick off this summer release schedule and get everyone hyped and stuff like that, they really should like go out with a bit of a bang. So maybe they'll do Agents of the Imperium, tease that a little bit. Then right at the end, like a Blood Angel teaser trailer or something, just to end the show and make us all go, oh my God, it's coming! The Sons of Sanguinius are coming! Let's go! Let's all rage! Let's all call everyone Horus and stuff like that, right? I think that would be an absolutely fantastic way to end that show. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that does absolutely happen and we do get some awesome Blood Angels, Sanguinary Guard, and, you know, all the amazing things that go along with that. As I've been saying on my streams and stuff when we talk about rumors every night, like apparently towards the end of this year and the start of next year, going on to next year, there's going to be some absolute massive releases for Warhammer 40,000. Yes, we'll have that reveal show this month. I think we're going to get a reveal show next month as well for Throne of Skulls, which is going to be more gaming based for like digital stuff for Space Marine 2, which I'm going to do a video tomorrow about the leaks and stuff like that. But I think we've got a full like summer holidays ahead of us now, like a full summer of just amazing releases for Warhammer 40,000. If you play like AOS and stuff like that, of course, you're getting your 4th edition. I'm sure there's going to be big things happening for you 5 players as well. Anyway, thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. If you've got any thoughts, feedbacks, any hopes, predictions for yourself, post it down below. I'm of a nice little chin wag down there, as we always do. See ya. Have a great day. Have a great evening. Have a great night, wherever you're around the world. And bye-bye.